Good evening, my friend, and welcome here to a SFL Minor League playoff matchup. We have the Annapolis Navigators facing off today against the Lincoln Rattlesnakes in a 4-versus-1 matchup. One of these teams will punch their ticket to their first ever game in the SFL Minor League Championship. My name's PDJ Zeller. Alongside me today, Cameron D. Cameron, a matchup here today against two teams that have had stout defenses all years and a trip to the title game on the line.
Yeah, Petey, it's good to be with you this evening. I'm so excited because we know what's at stake. So just imagine how those two teams feel right down there on the field as they get ready to start this game. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to see some high attrition out there. Obviously, this is not only playoff football. You are one step away from what everybody works for here, which is a chance at a championship. And of course, we know what that means for anybody whose hopes lie on possibly making it into the big league. This game is going to be a lot of fun. I think that Annapolis, the last couple of weeks, they've kind of struggled with getting a passing game going, and it's going to be big for them. And Lincoln also very good at the passing defense. So I think that's going to be one of the high points of today's game. Can Annapolis overcome that tough Lincoln defense?
They say defense wins championships. Well, these two teams, the top two defensive teams in terms of points allowed all season. Here we go. The kick is up. The game is underway, and it will be Lincoln starting with the ball here, returning the ball, or rather, Annapolis, my apologies there. No, it is Lincoln starting with the ball, and as Giff is returning it, he'll get up to about the 25-yard line here where they'll take over. And you know, one thing I'm really looking forward to, Cameron, there were 2,000-yard rushers in the league this season. Both of them are in this game here today.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, you get people like Logan Lee and then CG3, Chris Grant Jr. there in the backfield. My goodness. I mean, the talent that's on this team, no wonder they were able to turn it around and really make something of their season. That's why they're so close to that championship.
Slider is going to hand it off to Lee, and Lee gets met at the line of scrimmage, chopped down about 3-yard loss there. It'll be 2nd and 13. Strong start for the Annapolis defense, and I'm going to read off the starting lineup here for the Lincoln Rattlesnakes. At quarterback, Kenny Slider, number 2. Halfback, Logan Lee. Receivers, John Fullerton, Caleb Giffis, Himothy Mossam King, and the tight ends, Chris Alther and Navante Richardson. Here we go, 2nd down and 13. Slider under center. Defense showing a lot of pressure up front here. Lee in the backfield. And it's going to be a pass by Slider. Slider throws a screen pass to Lee. Lee is going to make a nice move, makes a man miss down the sideline. Nice gain of about 15 yards. It'll be 1st down or Rattlesnakes.
Yeah, and that's the way to get the momentum really going and get a fire lit under this team as if they needed any help, right? Take a look at that, just on the if we get a replay. If not, that's fine. I'll go ahead and say it real quick. Slider did a great job dropping back and letting that pass develop before hitting Logan Lee with a great pass. And, again, fantastic spin move to keep that drive alive.
Slider hands off to Lee. Lee bounces off a man but can't beat the entire defense. He gets tackled for a loss of 1. Here's the starting lineup for the defense for the Annapolis Navigators. At defensive end is Bear McClaw. Defensive tackle, Stephen Forbes. Outside linebackers, Wolf Highwind and Mo John Tana. Cornerbacks, Nick Twice and Luke Schreiner. Free safety, Ibari Eamon Eaglin. Free safety, Will Stern. And strong safety, Strike Bader. Here we go. Double backfield. Slider under center. And that's going to be a handoff to Lee. A lot of Logan Lee early on. He's gotten all the snaps so far, and that one's going to go nowhere, gain of nothing. And I want to talk a little bit now, Cameron, about the quarterback Slider. He started the season off slow. He didn't really look like he was going to be much of a prospect, but he's turned it around the second half of the season. I know a lot of pro teams have taken note of him as he's going to show up in the shotgun here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. One to watch now with his development. It's been great.
Here we go. They get up to the line real quick. Empty backfield. Trips out right. Throws it deep over the middle. And he has a man. What a great throw there. And he finds his man. That'll be Fullerton on the catch. And that is a 1st down on a long 3rd down for Lincoln. They keep this drive alive. And we talk about Slider. What a great throw there.
Yeah, a nice job right there. And that's one of the reasons that he is being looked at by so many teams, because of the ability to drop back in the pocket there. And he has just a great touch on a pass. He's able to put it right there where only the receiver can get it. He really doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And as time has went on, we begin to see that happen and take place.
This is a handoff left side. I don't think that was Lee. That looked like it was the backup running back, number 23, rather. And, that was not Lee. And that run goes nowhere, gains nothing on the play. And that was Chris Foreman, the backup running back, which is interesting. I didn't see Lee get injured or anything, but I'm not sure why Lee wouldn't be in there in that situation. Nonetheless, Slider comes out, 2nd and 10. Empty backfield, trips out to the left side of the field. Defense respecting him. And here we go. Not a lot of pressure. Throw over the middle of Mossam King. Mossam King makes the catch, and now they're in the red zone. And Lincoln moving the ball here with the R. McKinney slider.
Yeah, and like you said, there was no pressure at all on Kenny Slider. And take a look at the time that he had, and look at this great route by Mossam King right here. That's the thing that they are so good at, that Lincoln can do. You give them just a little bit of time and allow these talented receivers to get open, and Slider's going to find him. He put the dime on him right there, and a really impressive first drive.
Yeah, Slider, I've been so impressed by him. I've covered a lot of Lincoln games, and Slider has just really turned it up this season. I mean, he has made himself into a viable prospect. Slider hands it off to Lee up the middle. Lee breaks one tackle. Lee, so elusive, gains about 6 yards on a run that could have easily gained nothing.
And again, continue to talk about the high points of this Lincoln team, and we'll certainly do the same for Annapolis when they get the football. But one of the things that makes this team so dangerous is the play between quarterback and halfback, and how both departments there continues to work and make things happen.
Slider surveys, a lot of time in the pocket, throws, that'll be complete. That is close to a first down. We'll have to see where they put it, and it won't quite be. It'll be 3rd and inches as Slider completed a nice pass there. He got that one into the tight end, Chris Alther.
Yeah, and you know what? Looking at that Annapolis defense right now, could be a big time stop for them right here if they can come up and stump these guys on a 3rd and inches. Would really almost have to be a win in their column if they can put a stop to what's been a really hot series thus far.
Here we go. Slider hands off Lee. Lee with a spin move. Lee breaks a tackle, and he's going to get down to about the 2-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal from the Annapolis 3-yard line, and the nice opening drive continue on. And Lincoln, they've burned up about half the first quarter with this drive already.
Yeah, very methodical. Obviously, they are in no hurry, and really, why should you be when your offense is clicking on all cylinders as theirs happens to be? Right now, they haven't been able to, Annapolis, that is, hasn't been able to stop anything.
Here we go. Slider throws it. Oh, it's almost picked off over the middle. He threw that one right into the hands of the safety, Will Stern. Stern couldn't bring it down, though, and Slider, a rare mistake on this drive. He gets away with it, though.
Well, it was such a quick play development right there. I mean, just what was it like? Just like a 2-step drop or something like that. I mean, and he sets up, and Stern, realizing what was happening, turned his direction towards the football and just had enough to get his hand up to bring that deflection into play there. And a nice job. Now, if he had maybe had a couple more seconds, who knows? Could have even been an interception, or maybe Lincoln would have ended up in the end zone. Great defensive play there.
Here we go. Jumbo set. Split backs and a tailback behind him. One receiver out right, and he's going to throw. Slider looks over the middle, and he has his man. That'll be a touchdown to Chris Alther. Slider throws a dime over the middle there, and they caught the defense off guard there, Cameron. They came out with the jumbo set. Defense was thinking run, and they trick him with a quick pass.
Well, they sure did, and I think it's kind of interesting to see them go back to a very similar play design as we saw right before that. Again, just a quick drop and a little pitch and catch there between quarterback and tight end. So a nice job by Chris Alther there coming up with the reception. And you're right, a really nice play, a great drive that mixed up pass and run. Teams take notice. That's how you come out and you begin to really make your presence known in this game.
Yeah, so the 1 seed Lincoln, looking for their first ever trip to the championship game, makes the extra point. It's 7-zip here, as this is a team that, they've never been even in a playoff game before, hosting a home game, and they have a big-time opening drive, march right down the field and punch it in for 6. So if you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and role-playing games into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, it's football for everyone. As here we go on the return. This one's going to be brought back up to about the 20, where he'll eventually be tackled, and Annapolis will take over.
It's going to be interesting to see what Annapolis can come out here and do. Excuse me. We'd seen last week when they were playing in the game to advance here to the playoffs that the rushing attack with Chris Grant Jr. was really where their strong suit was. And, of course, we talked about just how talented he is. Expect them to get him involved early and often in this game.
Well, we'll see if he gets the opening play here. Michael Brown under center, and Brown does hand it off to Grant. Grant has some nice blocking up front, and he takes that one for about a 4-yard gain. Here's the starting offense for the Annapolis Navigators. At quarterback, Michael Brown. Halfback, Chris Grant Jr., the fullback, Brad Taylor Wright. Receivers, Johan Sutherland, Kenny Hendricks, and Goldie Morrison. And the tight ends, Romeo June and Rochelle Johnson. Here we go. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Heavy blocking up front. Grant in the backfield, and Brown's looking to pass. Brown, nice easy completion to the right side, and a nice tackle made to prevent the first down. That was completed to Goldie Morrison, the team's leading receiver.
Yeah, nice job right there. Goldie has been a big-time player all season, as you just mentioned, leading receiver, and really a nice tackle by Zachary Hamburger right there to come up and make the stop. 3rd and 1. This was a place that they struggled a couple of times last week. Let's see if they can do better.
All right, Brown under center, Grant in the backfield, and it's going to be a handoff. No, fakes the handoff and throws it to Grant. Grant gets awfully close. Did he get it? It'll be where the judges put it, and they put it 1st down. Oh, what a nice little trickery play there.
That was really, really fun to watch, and I'll be honest with you, that's something that I wanted to see where they would go with it. As I mentioned in the game last week there, they had difficulty converting on 3rd and short, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, and so a nice job right there. People were thinking run, instead they go with a little quick drop-off. Good job by Chris Grant fighting for that extra yard.
Brown under center, as he's been for every play so far on this drive. He's looking to throw. Brown steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle, and it's intercepted. Intercepted over the middle. A bad throw there by Brown, and that one's going to be picked off. And a nice play there by the Lincoln defender. That's number 48. That's the free safety. Vernon Brothers makes a nice play there, and it is going to be rattlesnake ball.
Yeah, that is a disheartener. You come off of a fantastic 3rd and 1 with the little trickery play to convert, and you're starting to feel good about where this drive may be going, and then you have that happen. Great defense by Lincoln, very impressive. And, of course, right there they benefited by that ball getting bounced and deflected up in the air, give them enough time to make a play.
Free play here, and they throw left side. It's going to be completed to Giffis, and it'll gain about 5. They'll probably accept the play there. I think it might have gained 6, and the free play would have been about 5 yards. It was a free play nonetheless for Slider, and it'll be 1st down nonetheless.
Right now this defense, Petey, is probably a little bit nerve-wracked themselves. Of course, the offense, they thought they were going somewhere for Annapolis, and now they find themselves back out here on the field playing defense. And they know that this Lincoln team is very formidable, obviously. And so they're really going to have to come up with a big stop here. They just need to relax a little bit and do what they've been able to do all year.
All right, here we go. It's going to be 1st down and 5 as they do take the free play. And I formation, handoff to Lee. Lee with a bunch of room. He's going to gain a 1st down. That will be 1st down Rattlesnakes there. And by the way, on that last play on the interception, back to that, for Michael Brown, that's his 12th pick of the season. He has more interceptions than touchdowns. 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. And Brown, a quarterback that might need some more development time down here in the minor leagues. By the way, Rattlesnakes been moving quick here. They're not really doing a hurry-up offense, but they have been really getting up to the line of scrimmage here, not wasting much time as they come back out in the I formation. Slider looking to throw, steps back, fires left side. It's completed. I believe that was Fullerton, and it will be 2nd and about 7.
Yeah, one thing that you mentioned there, that's a great point. They are moving rather quick. It's not entirely a no huddle, but they're not spending much time in the huddle either. Very fluid right here with their play calling. They know what they want to do, and they've been hard to stop so far.
Yeah, Annapolis' defense, no answer so far. Lincoln is moving the ball at will here. They close in on the red zone once again. Slider makes a change at the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers out right, and he's going to pass. Slider surveys. Slider all the time in the world. He fires left side, wrong way. Out there, though, the big man runs through a few defenders, and he gets close to the 1st down, but he won't quite get it. It's 3rd and inches into the red zone.
You thought that was going to probably be for a loss there, the way that it began. But somebody with the size and strength as Chris Arthur there, they can make things like that happen. And so just rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, as that classic football terminology used to say, a great job right there, turning nothing into something.
Here we go. Pitches. Big play here. Handoff to Lee. And Lee gets met in the backfield. Lee gets wrestled down. And the Annapolis defense. Biggest play of the game so far for Annapolis. They make a stop, and they're going to force a field goal attempt.
That right there was the first time that we have saw in this game Annapolis wake up and really come up with a big time stop. We talked about it on the previous drive when they had them on third and short, weren't able to do it. Instead, on this drive though, they come through. Great job punching their way into that backfield.
Yes, they'll force a field goal attempt. Nice play there by the strong safety, Strike Vader. He's the one who made the stop in the backfield. Great job. So here's the field goal attempt. Going to be about I believe about 35-yarder. Pick is up on the way, and it is good. So it'll still be a 2-possession lead here for Lincoln, but Annapolis stops the bleeding a little bit, and they make it a 10-0 score. And also just want to mention too, visit the all-new league website presented by Football Shift at simulationfl.net, featuring all the league highlights, photo galleries, playoff and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, so much more. The all-new league website, simulationfl.net. So for here, it's going to be a kickoff for Lincoln. They're going to kick off to Annapolis, and Annapolis down 10-zip, want to get something going here in the first quarter. Going to be kicked deep to about the 1-yard line, returned by Annapolis. Annapolis now will take the ball back up to the 20, breaks one tackle, and then they get met at about the 23-yard line where Annapolis will start with the ball. And Cameron, Michael Brown, something to prove on this drive.
Yeah, definitely. I think that this right here is a high point, obviously, for Michael Brown. The spotlight's on him. And it's up to him, being the leader of this team, being the quarterback of the team, to really orchestrate a nice drive. It starts with him and Chris Green as well in the backfield. But we need to see what they can do through the air, especially after that last interception.
All right, Brown looking to pass, comes out slinging, throws it to Grant right side. Grant loses a yard. It's going to be 2nd down and 11. Quick update, too. In the other game between Lexington and Madison, Madison leads 7-6 about halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, of course, we've got our eyes on that one over there, a tight contest as well. And I believe if Lincoln wins the championship, if Lincoln wins, the championship will be played in Sioux Falls. So that's something to look for here.
All right, jumbo set in the backfield for Brown. 2nd and 11. Brown is going to hand it off to Grant. Grant makes a nice move to get to the outside. However, the quick corner gets to him. And here's the starting defense for Annapolis, or for Lincoln rather, by the way, as we didn't get to do that earlier. Brookie Bird, defensive end. Anthony Robertson. Inside linebacker, Dimitri Monzuma. Outside linebacker, Jason Clay. Cornerback, Zachary Hamburger and Antoine Joe. Free safeties, Tina Sosa and Vernon Brothers. And strong safety, Luke Swift, who was an all-star this season. Here we go. Brown surveys, throws over the middle, and throws in a heavy coverage, and that one didn't really have a chance. It's going to be 4th down, and Lincoln forces a punt.
No, it didn't, and really they didn't give him much of a chance either. That defense was literally swarming, and so, I know he just took a stab downfield to see if he could make something happen there. The defense of Lincoln has been absolutely great thus far. Obviously, the big interception early on, and then this time they just lock it down and make sure that they're not able to gain but 3 yards. And here we go.
All right, here we go. It's going to be a punt, and that one is up. Good hang time on this one, about 4 seconds, and it will drop out 40 where it's returned by Lincoln, and they'll take over at their own 45. Great starting field position.
And a team like Lincoln, they thrive on things such as that. Obviously, their defense is so good that they can really force the 3 and out pretty easily at times. And what they do in turn is they get great field position. So now, you've got 45 yards to the end zone, shorter than an Arena Football League size regulation, and they can eat some yardage up fast.
Slider in the shotgun. Has a lot of time, throws right side, and it's going to be completed. That one's over the middle, I believe, to the tight end. Let's see. Or no, that was Mossum King. Mossum King with his 2nd catch of the game, and that can be the last play of the first quarter if Lincoln wants it.
Yeah, if they choose to go that route, they've been moving so fast. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried something, but let's take a look at that replay right there. Again, another great route, and they've got something going right now. When he bites to the inside like that, they're just not able to defend him and expect them to try to go there even more often until they can find a way to stop it.
All right. 8 seconds left. Do they get a play off in the shotgun? Slider. Looks like he wants to get one off here. And he does. With 3 seconds on the clock. Throws deep over the middle. And it was right in the breadbasket of Fullerton. Fullerton couldn't bring it down, though. And that'll end the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter is, a fractured leg for the defensive end. He will not be back for the playoffs for Anthony Richardson. That's a big loss there for them. But at the end of the first quarter, the score is 10-0. Rattlesnakes doing good at home. And Cameron back here live at the game of the second quarter, and we have an update from Lexington, or from Madison. Lexington has taken the lead. They're up 9-7 past the 2-minute warning.
Wow, and as you know, I mean, this is playoff football, and the implications that this game has is not lost on anybody, and you see it out here on this field today as well.
Here we go, slider, handoff to Lee, and oh, Lee gets gobbled up at the line of scrimmage. Great play there by the defensive line. It's going to be 3rd and 13.
Yeah, Wolf Highwind. We call his name quite a bit when that defense is rolling. And take a look at him there, just literally prying through that defensive line. He knew that they needed a big-time stop. Of course, the short field for Lincoln is something we said was certainly an advantage for them. Well, they decided to push them back a little bit more, make it a little bit more difficult on them. Big-time play right there.
Slider in the shotgun, 3rd and 13 here to start the second quarter. Slider. He's going to step up, throws to Fullerton, and I don't know if it was completed or not. It wasn't. It doesn't really matter either way because it's not a first down. It'll force a punt.
That defense is turning into their best offense at the moment. If I'm being honest, there. I mean, they forced the loss and then got pressure on him right there and wasn't able to really set his feet, and they threw that pass way wide. And now look, instead of with the short field position, they weren't able to capitalize at all, and now they have to punt. So great job by the Annapolis defense there. Let's give them some credit.
The SFL convention is coming to Cincinnati, Ohio, July 28th through 30th for season 21 kickoff weekend. For room reservations, details, the weekend schedule is a great punt. That's going to punt them down to the 4. But for reservations, details, and the weekend schedule, see Convention Alerts channel in the SFL Discord server. Your last day to book your room is July 7th. Don't wait until it's too late. We'll see you there. And a great punt there, Cameron.
Yeah, great punt, and really Annapolis should have just took the fair catch on that one instead of trying to turn it into something. Now at the Annapolis, they are back on their own door here. Let's see what they can do.
Brown's going to hand off to Grant. Grant with some space, but he runs right into Zachary Hamburger, and that one's going to go nowhere. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Now 2nd and 10 here. So obviously you need to be a little bit aggressive. Of course, and at the same time, you're on the 5-yard line. So, I mean, you've got to be really careful here if you're Michael Brown. Make the right play if you're going to go to the air. Make sure you don't turn this one over so far deep in your own territory.
All right, here we go. Handoff right side, and Grant takes it up the middle. It's going to be 3rd and 5. You know, I'm noticing this Lincoln defense. They know exactly what Annapolis wants to do. They know they want to run, and they're just not letting them run. They're pretty much daring Annapolis to beat them with Michael Brown's arm.
They've turned them into a one-dimensional team, and exactly, you're exactly right. I mean, they can't run on them, and that's their strong suit.
Oh, free play. Brown with a free play. Sidearms a duck. Goes. It's completed down the right side. He breaks one tackle. He has the speed. Oh, my goodness. Down the sideline he goes. And that's going to be a touchdown on a free play. A dying quail, and Kenny Hendricks takes it to the house.
And one play can change everything. We were just talking about how they were shut down, couldn't move the ball. What does it take? A free play like that, and you know you've got room to make a pass and an opportunity to do something that you may not do on a traditional 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6-ish backed up on your goal line like that. But take a look at that. Sidearms it too, and they're like he's throwing a fastball. And then take a look at the will and determination right there for Hendricks there to continue shrugging off that tackle and taking it to the house. Wow, that just changed this game and flipped it up on its top.
I mean, that was an absolute duck. That one was going nowhere, but he gets it off. I think it went off the helmet of an offensive lineman, and it is going to go to the house. Annapolis with a much-needed, a little bit of a pulse check there. It puts them right back into this game. So it's going to be 10-6 pending the extra point. They can make it a 3-point game. Here we go. The hold's down. The kick is up. The kick is good. It's 10-7, and well, that'll get the Annapolis fans back into this one.
Yeah, I think we all had our pulses kind of get up there on that one. That was exciting for sure, and that is what the SFL is all about right there. You just never know until that buzzer sounds. Anything is possible.
All right, so Annapolis, momentum in their favor now. They're going to be kicking it off down 3 points here. Still all the time in the world early in the second quarter here. Nice kick deep down to about the 2-yard line where it'll be returned for the Rattlesnakes. Giffis gets trucked to the 20-yard line, and that's where Lincoln will take over.
Well, and you can even feel it. You can feel it right there on that tackle on the kick return. This Annapolis team, just like that, that was the spark they needed. The defense was already playing well for them. Now, what are they going to do? They started to get a little bit of pressure on Slider. Are they going to continue to do that and stay in the backfield? We'll see.
All right, here we go. Under center, Slider. Makes a change in the line of scrimmage. And Slider steps back, fires right side, gets to Awesome King, gain of 5 yards. And, Cameron, I love Slider. I think over the season, there's some great quarterbacks. There's Blanco, there's more. There's a lot of great prospects. I think Slider's my favorite of the bunch. He has a great arm, and I just love the way he controls his offense in the line. He makes a lot of changes. He sees the defense so well.
Yeah, a good job, and he's cool under pressure. This guy doesn't really get worked up either, and you can tell he is the leader of this offense, and they play well for him.
Hand off to Lee, and Lee gets met at the line of scrimmage. And I'll tell you what, as good as the Lincoln run defense has been, the Annapolis run defense has held Logan Lee in check.
Well, it sure has. People like Luke Schreiner, who made the previous tackle on that catch, and then people such as Strike Vader and Wolf Highwind coming up big time in this game thus far, and really they've locked down and made it hard to move on them.
Alrighty, here we go. Slider, hand off to Lee. Lee up the middle, and he barely gets there. Oh, he doesn't get there. It'll be 4th and inches. I thought he got there. Side judge says no, and Annapolis, they're going to force a punt.
I would be shocked if they don't challenge this, because to me it looked like he did get just enough. Of course, from our angle, maybe not. I think they're going to be content to just go ahead and punt this one. So, wow, another big-time stop for Annapolis. This team is feeling hot right now.
All right, so they're going to punt. Apparently Lincoln doesn't think that was worth a challenge, and they will punt the ball away. So a punt is up in the air, and it is down, and it'll go to about the 30-yard line where Annapolis will take over, and they'll get it to about the 35. So, yeah, that last drive for Annapolis came with a big touchdown, and that was actually Hendrick's second touchdown of the season. And get this, Cameron, Brown's season-long pass was 36 yards. Before that, that one was 91.
Perfect time to start having things like that happen in the playoffs, right? I mean, that's when you want to do your best. And so a nice job right there. Even if it takes a duck to make it happen, 91 yards, that's impressive.
Here we go. Let's see if he goes duck hunting again. Brown throws left side to the fullback, and that one will go nowhere. Gets to about the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 11. You're here live with SFL Minor League Playoff action. PDJ Zeller, Cameron Duty on the call, and Cameron Annapolis going to try to get some actual offense moving. They still need to find momentum, even though they had the one lucky play,
No, they do. Yeah, they did great. A great burst right there with a great play, taking advantage of the free play on that penalty there. Now we need to see a sustained drive. We've not yet to see it, especially since that first interception of the game today. It's been kind of sputtered.
Here we go. Brown fires over the middle. That one off the helmet of a defender. It's intercepted. The tip drill there, and it comes up with the hands of Zachary Hamburger. He takes it down to the 30-yard line, and that is where Lincoln will take over. And Brown is not having a great game despite that one play.
Eerily reminiscent of the first interception. Just a live ball that Hamburger there able to take care of that time. That right there will cause you more issues than anything when a receiver can't bring the pass down. But of course, let's mention this. Let's really say what's happening here. This Lincoln defense. Talk about being rattlesnake. They are biting this offense right now. They have them locked down. They can't do anything.
Already under center, Slider. Slider hands off to Lee. Lee runs left side, breaks off a tackle, gains more yards than he ever had any business doing, and that's going to be 2nd and 5.
Honestly, to have had the 2 interceptions that Annapolis has already had on this game, it's amazing to think that this game is still just 10-7, because it has been, for the most part, a first half that's been dominated by Lincoln and continues to be. Now, again, great field position. Is Annapolis' defense going to be able to step up and stop them? Eventually, they're going to get wore out if they don't get some offensive production to help them.
Slider surveys. Throws deep left side, and that one should have been picked off. He threw it right into the hands of the defender there. However, not able to come down with it there was the defender. I believe that was number 20 on the play. I didn't quite get the number there, but nonetheless, great play.
Yeah, Nick Twice. He did a great job of breaking off on that route, and it looked like he was set up perfect to get that interception. Take a look. Watch him break off the route there and get his hands up. Almost had that one, and that could have been huge. Nevertheless, that brings up a big-time 3rd down.
3rd and 5, and this really is a big play. If Annapolis can hold here, it stays a one-possession game where a touchdown and extra point would give them the lead back. Lincoln, big 3rd and 5. Slider under center, split backs in the backfield, 2 receivers out right. Defense showing like they're going to look for the pass, and that will be a pass. Slider steps up, gets hit, Lee catches it, and Lee gets met at the line of scrimmage, so Annapolis forces the field goal here. And all I can think, Cameron, this feels like one of those classic games where one team is absolutely dominating, but the other team is just doing enough to keep around in the game, and all it's going to take is one play to really put Annapolis in the catbird seat.
Exactly, it is. I mean, we've seen this so many times that there's many opportunities that's left out there on the football field, and when they are not capitalized on, like these turnovers that you're seeing so far, when they're not capitalized on, then it doesn't take much for a team to, as we said, get the big play, get the 91-yarder, and then all of a sudden you're back against the wall.
Here we go. Field goal is up, and it is good from 40 yards, so it'll be 13-7. It'll still be a one-possession game, though. And, Annapolis, despite everything, they got to be feeling good about the way this is going right now, because this could easily be way worse than it is.
Yeah, as I said, their defense thus far has been their best offense, and I truly mean that. They have come up and made some big-time stops and really forced their hand, Lincoln's hand, that is. And right now, though, their offense doesn't have an answer, and they're going to have to find one really quick if they want to stay in this game while it's still one possession.
Liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL minor league action, and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership, as Annapolis will take over, and Brown looking for some redemption.
Well, Michael Brown certainly has all the talent in the world to redeem himself on this, and I certainly think that he can. So this is going to be a big drive for him. He certainly has the talent to do it. All eyes on him right now.
Brown comes out, hands off to Grant. Grant, they're just not letting him get anywhere. He gets wrestled down in the backfield, lost it too. And, I'm just going to stick with it, Cam. If Annapolis wants to win, it's going to have to be the arm of Brown, because Lincoln is just not going to let you beat them on the ground tonight.
Well, if you're Annapolis, what point do you say, let's throw this out. Let's try something else. I think we're quickly getting to that point, because Lincoln isn't a team that's going to wait around. And
here we go. I was going to say, Cam, they came out in empty backfield here. So,
yeah.
Brown fires right side, and it was right to Hamburger. Could have been picked, but you called it, Cam. Sorry to interrupt you, but they did try something different there. First time I think I've seen him in the shotgun.
Yeah, no, you're right, man. That's the first time I've seen them completely spread wide as well, with nobody in the backfield with Michael Brown. And it's what you're going to have to do to beat this team, because right now, just being one-dimensional with the run, it's almost too easy for Lincoln at the moment.
Empty backfield again, and yeah, they're switching up the game plan here. Trips out right, 3rd and 12, Michael Brown. Brown, a lot of time, throws quick though, and he threw it, and it was right in the hands of his receiver there, Johan Sutherland, and he cannot come down with it.
Well, there's only so much that you can do. I mean, you ask them to go to the air instead of the ground, so they do. They spread them out wide. They send all the receivers down the field. You finally get that open receiver you're looking for, and they just can't come down with it. Sometimes that's the way things happen. The way that the football gods just so happen to shine down on teams. And right now, at the moment, Annapolis is needing some help, and they just can't get it.
Here's the punt, and that one was almost blocked. It's going to go, though, away. Good hang time on this one, about 4.5 seconds, and the tackle will be made immediately. Lincoln will take over at their own 38-yard line, but I tell you what, Cameron, it feels like Annapolis left their hands back in Annapolis, because no one can really catch a cold here tonight for Annapolis.
No, and to be honest with you, that has been on both sides of the ball. We've saw some passes that could have very well been intercepted that's been dropped, and so far they've had a tough time getting completions as well.
Alrighty, shotgun for Slider. 2 receivers out left, to lead to his right side. Slider's going to pass, fakes, throws over the middle, and that one's completed to Devontae Richardson, and that'll be a first down on a quick strike.
A nice play that they were able to allow to develop. And that right there, let's give credit to that offensive line for Lincoln. A great job of standing up and giving Slider plenty of time. Annapolis has been able to get in the backfield the last couple of series. Not that time, and you've seen what happened when that play fully developed, as they were able to make a completion.
Slider in complete control of this offensive unit here for Lincoln. It's going to be a handoff to Lee. Lee right side breaks the tackle. Lee spin move. Lee stays on his feet and picks up a first down. And there's probably the second big run we've seen today for Logan Lee, the league's second leading rusher.
Well, I think they can feel it right now that they are really on the cusp of maybe busting this thing open before they head into halftime. And look at Logan Lee churning his legs. Watch the defense right there trying to get him. There's a spin move. I mean, this guy he's like, it's like they got him, smothered in butter or something. I mean, he's so slippery right now. Hard time to bring him down when he gets out in the open like that.
Slider under center, I formation, and Slider making a change. Going to run around, let everyone know what he saw. Slider. Going to pass out of the I formation. Oh, read perfectly by the defense, and they just cannot come up with it. That was a perfect read by the corner, but he just can't make the catch.
Yeah, Howland just about had that. I mean, that was so close. They had the deflection there. I'm sorry I didn't catch the name of the defender who was able to get in there and swat it down. But my goodness, there was at least two opportunities to bring that ball down for an interception. And instead, the drive stays alive now for Lincoln.
That was 6 points the other way, but it just could not be brought down. And instead, it'll be 2nd down and 10. Slider looking to pass, has Mawsome King wide open, and Mawsome King falls down, or else he could have got more on that one, but will bring up a 3rd down and manageable.
They got a little bit lucky there because that right there, had he been able to have stayed up and stayed in bounds and turned upfield, he had some room to go. There wasn't a lot of defenders out there in his way. That could have been a big-time play.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 4 here. Really, the full playbook's open. If they want to run with Lee, they can. If they want to do a short, medium, or long passing play, it's all available to Slider here. Slider reads the defense, likes what he sees, and he's going to roll with the play, it looks like. Slider looking to pass, throws over the middle, and that one, another potential could have been intercepted, but nonetheless, Slider had a lot of time there, Cam. I think he forced that one too quick.
I think so, too. He had more time than really what he gave himself. He could have stood back there a little bit longer and let that play develop. Nice deflection, good stop right there by Annapolis. And again, a 4th down. The defense, what more can you say, Lee? I mean, they have played just an absolutely phenomenal game, certainly been the MVP thus far for Annapolis.
All right, so Hudson James going to try to make his 3rd field goal of the night here. This would extend it to a 2-possession lead. Here we go, the kick is up, it is on the way. Looks like it has the leg, and it is good from 48 yards. Nice kick there by James, so 3 field goals made. Hudson James making a case for MVP in this one. He never wanted to be your kicker, but James doing his part tonight.
Oh, he sure did. Yeah, he is coming up big time in this game for Lincoln, just continuing to tack points on the board. And that was a good-looking kick. And now it's a 2-possession game. And if you're Annapolis, you've got 3 minutes left in this half. Let's see if you can get on the board once more.
So 16-7 in favor of the 1-seed Lincoln. Both these teams looking for their first ever trip to the SFL Minor League Championship game. The kick is down to the 1-yard line, and that's where it will be returned. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, and it will be Annapolis' ball at their own 25-yard line. And a pretty entertaining game so far, but Lincoln just kind of letting Annapolis linger here in this one. And, if they can figure it out anytime soon, this game is still very much a close contest.
Oh, it sure is. I think that it is it's very much in their reach. It's just going to have to take really getting some offensive production here. That's all that they lack, or it would be closer than what it is.
High formation. They're going to try to get it going with Grant again. Grant breaks one up the middle. Nice run. Probably Grant's best run of the night. He gains 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4.
It's just been difficult for Grant to really get any traction. They have stopped him at the line of scrimmage so many times. That was indeed his best run of the night. Now, can they capitalize on that? We will have to see.
Clock, they kind of need to move quick here, does Annapolis, especially with how slow their offense seems to want to move. Brown under center, Grant in the backfield. Pass, Brown throws to Grant Jr. to the right side. Grant stumbles a little bit, should get out of bounds here, and no, he won't quite get out of bounds, and it'll be 3rd and 2.
Stretching the field like that as they attempted to do, not really the best with the scheme of things right now. You're headed down for the 2-minute warning. You need to get downfield, and you need to get downfield pretty quick.
Update from Madison. Lexington leads 16-7, 8:08 left to go in the third quarter. Here we go. Brown throws big third down. It's completed. Nice catch there, and that will keep the drive alive as Kenny Hendricks comes up with it. Also, quick update too, really quick, Cameron. J.J. Bailey for Lexington now has 3 interceptions tonight. He had 1 all season in that other game.
Wow. So that's what the playoffs is about. You just step up when when it's most important. And we're seeing that on both games tonight. Players on the field right here, knowing what's at stake and just playing some of their best ball.
2-minute warning hit. Annapolis will have the ball at their own 38-yard line. Score 16-7. They want to at least get in field goal range and make this a one-score game before halftime again. Don't forget, Annapolis gets the ball at halftime, so if they can get a field goal here, they have a chance to come out of halftime and take a quick lead as the balding Kenny Hendrick looks on from the sideline.
They really do. This is a great opportunity for them. If they can get some points on the board, they can turn around and get it right back.
Brown under center, first down and 10. And it's going to be a handoff to Grant. Grant gets wrestled down at the line of scrimmage. That one never had a chance. Great play up front.
No, never did. And if they keep doing plays like that, they run the risk of allowing Lincoln to get the ball back with more time left in this second quarter. And you know that the way that Lincoln has played, the pace that they have played, they can move quick. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do have any time left that they probably will try to take a shot down the field.
Well, empty backfield. Brown calls an audible. Let's see where he goes. Brown throws a screen out to the left side of the field. That one is completed. That one will go to Goldie Morrison, an all-star this season and the team's leading receiver. It's going to be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, a nice safe play. Obviously, there wasn't anything working downfield. Again, as we say, that Lincoln defense has been locked tight on these receivers all night long thus far. So, a nice little drop off there. Big time 3rd down here. Like we said, they need to keep this drive alive, eat some time off that clock as well, and maybe hopefully getting to at least field goal position.
3rd and 8. Big play for Annapolis here. They get the ball at halftime going for the 2-for-1. Brown fires left to Grant, and that's just a not even try play right there. Gives it to Grant, and that one will go nowhere. It'll be 4th and 10 and a punt.
I understand that there may have been nothing working down the field, but, I think you need to take a shot at it. If anything, hey, if it comes up interception, at least maybe you've kind of did the equivalent of a long punt there. It was going to be 4th down anyway. I don't like that decision.
So it's going to be 4th and 10 a punt. Lincoln not taking a timeout. I'm kind of surprised by that. They're going to let Annapolis eat up as much of the clock as they'd like to here.
That is a surprise.
Yeah, Camp, they could have had it with like 1:30, but they've let Annapolis take it down to, it's going to be under 40 seconds by the time they get it back here. So here we go. Annapolis going to be out on the punt. Takes it down under 40 seconds. Lincoln's still going to have all 3 timeouts. They have a lot of time to get in field goal range. And it will be returned for the 25 and not really go anywhere. Giffis is going to get tackled at the 25. And with 35 seconds left, Lincoln has about 35 seconds and 3 timeouts to try to go about 50 yards to get in field goal range.
Just based on what we saw there, letting the clock run down with that punt, I would be surprised if they try to come out and take any quick strikes. Now, I could be wrong, but I would imagine you'd want to save more time on the clock if you felt like you needed to take a shot down the field. But again, I could be wrong.
Here we go. Slider comes out in the shotgun. Look right side. Single man coverage for the big receiver, Mossum King. Slider looks that way. He fires to Mossum King. Mossum King picks up a 1st down, and a quick timeout's taken by Lincoln. They're up to their own 38-yard line, so hold your phone, folks. There's still time.
Okay, so they have decided they must have seen something in the coverage that they like, so they're going to try to take a couple stabs down the field. Obviously, I don't expect them to do anything too wild and crazy. If it's there, they may try to take a shot at it. If not, you may see them throw this thing away or just run it out.
Under center is Slider. Defense looks like it's showing pressure here, which is kind of surprising. 1st and 10, pressure backs off, throws right side, Fullerton, and Fullerton gets close to the 1st down. Clock keeps running. They're not going to take a timeout. 2nd and inches here. Slider has to hurry up, get under center here. Let's see if it's just a spike. No, they're going to go and play here. And it's going to get swatted down, falls innocently to the ground. 15 seconds left, 2 timeouts, and probably about a good 15 yards needed to get in field goal range.
If he had a moment to get there, and that's Schreiner, had a chance to get there sooner, get his hands on that ball, he would have took that for 6. There was nobody in front of him. Of course, that isn't the first time we've said that today either.
15 seconds to go, 3rd and inches here. They got to get the 1st down first. They can run the halftime outs. And Slider is just going to throw a screen, and that goes absolutely nowhere. But nonetheless, it's going to get him a 1st down here, which is really the important thing for Lincoln.
Yeah, and they can choose whether or not they want to try to attack down the field or just run this thing out. But wow, 3rd and inches, and you had them stopped. Honestly, dang, that's tough. Now we'll see what Lincoln wants to do with it. But I got to believe had Annapolis been able to get the ball back, you might would have seen them take a stab at something. We're not going to get an opportunity to see that, though. I don't believe.
16-7 here. 12 seconds left in the first half. Going to be taking the snap from Annapolis's 47-yard line. Need about 10-ish yards, so probably about a first down if they want even a chance at the field goal. Hudson James has been good, and he has a big leg. Here we go. It's going to be a run to Lee, it'll be a run to Lee, and Lee breaks one. Lee right side, and he gets tackled. And why are they running up? Why are they not taking the timeout? 5, 4, and they do take the timeout, but they wasted a lot of time here, and now they kind of just have to throw a Hail Mary. I don't think you can try a 60-yarder.
No, no, I wouldn't think so. I think you're gonna see them try to make an attack, at least a Hail Mary down towards the end zone, see what they can come up with there. As you can see, a little bit of discussion on the sidelines right there. I think maybe they wanted that timeout to be called a little bit earlier than what it was.
57 yards. They're just going to have to throw a Hail Mary. That was questionable clock management there in the last few minutes by Lincoln, but we'll see what happens. Jumbo set out right. 4 receivers all on top of each other, right side of the field. Slider. Oh, and he's going to get sacked. What a great play. And you get a timeout with 1 second left, though, so the sack happens so quick it actually works out for Lincoln.
Yeah, it really does, and that was a heck of a play. I thought that was going to be the play that sent us into halftime. Nevertheless, deciding to come up there and stop the clock once more. Obviously, I don't want to take one more stab at it. They must feel like they have something here. Very interesting decision there with the clock management.
1 second left, 1 play. It's going to be a Hail Mary from about the 50-yard line. All the receivers go left. Giffis, Fullerton, Mossam King, and I believe that might be the tight end Richardson as well. Slider. Let the play clock run down. And here we go. He gets it off. Hail Mary is a full of grace. Down at the goal line. Tip drill, and it falls innocently to the ground, and we'll go to halftime. The score is 16-7. It'll be Annapolis' ball at the other half of the break.
What a first half. I mean, wow, that kind of had a little bit of everything, hadn't it? It's been a roller coaster, honestly. We saw both teams do really well, and then we saw not so good moments. But, sometimes in championship football like that, you'll see that. You'll see nerves, and I expect to see a much more settled down second half.
All right, so Annapolis will start at the end of the third quarter in the other game, by the way. Lexington leads 16-7. The home team, Madison, in danger of going home. So here we go. It's going to be returned by Annapolis, and they don't even they do get to the 20-yard line barely, and that's where Annapolis will take over.
Going to be interesting to see what they come out and they decide to do. As you mentioned it earlier, Petey, and that was a great point, that you look at the Lincoln offense, and it is fast, it's quick. They don't spend a lot of time in the huddle. Annapolis, though, very methodical. You can even watch them come up to the line of scrimmage. They like to have a lot of time on the clock to work with. That could benefit them right now coming out here.
Hand off to the fullback, gains about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7. My name's PDJ Zeller. Alongside me, Cameron Duty. We are on the call for this SFL Minor League Playoff Semifinal matchup between the Annapolis Navigators, the 4 seed, and the 1 seed Lincoln Rattlesnakes, at a trip to the SFL Minor League Championship game on the line. And it's going to be Michael Brown up under center. Grant in the backfield here. 2nd down and 7. Brown reads the defense. Going to be a handoff and a lot of space for Grant. Grant down the sideline. Grant with one man to beat. Can he beat him? No, but a big play down to the Lincoln 45-yard line, and that is a play Annapolis needed very desperately.
Yeah, honest to goodness, that's exactly right. One play is all it takes. And that is what they needed right here. One, fantastic blocking. Let's talk about that. And when he gets to the outside, hard man to bring down. Finally, they get him there very late in that run. But that right there was possibly the spark that Annapolis needed. Now you've got this defense kind of on their heels. Do you watch for the run? Do you defend for the pass?
It's going to be a run up the gut. Grant breaks a little bit of a tackle, gains. We're going to call it 2. It's a long 2 yards there. And, even for this team, they can just get in field goal range and make this a 1-possession game. That'd be a great start here to the second half of the game for Annapolis.
Oh, it would be. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better opening series on this third quarter than what you have right now.
Alrighty. Brown under center. I have formation defense. Looks like they're guessing run here. I see a lot of pressure up front, and the pressure will come, and it will gobble Grant alive. He never even had a chance. That one goes the wrong way. It'll be 3rd and 11.
All right, so here we go now. Again, 3rd and 11. They've pretty much forced them into going to the air, which is something that they, of course, have struggled doing in this game today. But you just about have to. 3rd and 11. It's hard to run for that amount of yardage so easily on the spur of a moment like they may need here.
Brown looking to pass, surveys, has all the time in the world, throws left side, and oh my goodness, he had a man galloping into the end zone, but it got swatted down by the defender, Antoine Joe, and that'll force a punt.
Yeah, Joe, he had that right there in his sights. He almost come down with the interception, but that right there was the route that Annapolis had been looking for. He had a read that looked like to me Michael Brown was going to have an easy job coming up with that completion. Instead, it's a big time pass deflection.
Have you ever wanted to be the play-by-play or analyst broadcaster on a live SFL game? The SFL is looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers just like you to join the team ahead of Season 21's kickoff in July. Please visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more info, for more details on how you can get involved and get your voice on the call. So it's going to be Lincoln's first drive of the second half here after a first half that has to be rather disappointing for them with all the points they left on the board.
That was a fantastic special teams play right there. No doubt. It's going to make it as tough as it has been all game for Lincoln to get down the field.
So heavy set in the backfield. It's going to go to Lee. Lee with blockers, and Lee is going to give him a little bit of breathing room. It'll be 2nd and 3 as he brings it down to about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, come out with a head of steam for sure right there, and it benefited them, getting them just a little bit, like you said, a little bit of breathing room, no doubt. It's going to be really interesting to see just how Lincoln decides to manage the play calling here, right here inside their own 10-yard line.
Jumbo set again. Slider, taking a lot of time, and we hand off left side Lee, and Lee breaks a tackle, breaks a second tackle, and he'll make it 3rd down and 1. Update, by the way, from Madison. Madison's made it a one-possession game, 8:34 to go in the 4th quarter in that one, and Lexington leads 16-10. If you want to go dual screens, you can find that one as well on the SFL YouTube there. That one's coming down to the wire for a trip to the title game.
Great games on both sides right now, Petey.
Hand off Lee, and Lee gets tacked, and oh my goodness, what a nice play there by the defense. Lee cannot quite get the first down. A phenomenal play from Montana. That's a mouthful right there.
Montana, we haven't got to call that name too much this afternoon, but boy, did we right there. He made a big play when it counted. And I mean, coming in with a head of steam. Great.
All right, the punt is up, and it's away, and not a great punt. It'll only go to about the 40-yard line, and that's where Annapolis will take over. And, I mean, they got to take advantage here. I hate to say must score in a situation like this, but you have the ball at Lincoln's 41-yard line. You got to at least come out of this one with 3.
Oh, you have to. I'm like you, having this field position, 41 yards to go, you got to get at least a field goal out of it. Right now, if you want to start small, just get to the first down, put you in field goal range, and then go from there.
Alrighty, and it's going to be a handoff to Grant, and Grant gains about a yard. It'll be gain of 1. And I just read chat, and I just got it. That name is Joe Montana. Montana. It's like Joe Montana. That's actually pretty clever. Whoever came up with that one.
Well, one thing's for sure, the similarity between the two is that they show up big in championship caliber games, and that was a big tackle right there.
So here we go, 2nd and 9, 6:52 in the 3rd quarter. Lincoln leads 16-7. Brown under center. It's going to be a handoff to Grant. Grant, there's nowhere to go. They got to stop running it up the gut. They absolutely have to. The only time they're gaining yards is when they either throw or go to the outside. These up-the-gut runs have gone nowhere tonight. This Lincoln defensive line is too good, and Annapolis just needs to abandon that.
Well, you're correct. I mean, I don't have much more to add to that. You're right. Where they have been beneficial has been bouncing around the outside. I think they need to hammer that.
Brown throws over the middle, and it's caught. It's caught. That'll put them awfully close to field goal range. We'll see if they try to kick it. It'd be a long one. However, it was a good play. It gets caught there by one of the backup receivers, actually, on this team. That is Kurt Ranger.
I tell you what, and it's going to be a punt, Petey. They don't feel comfortable in going for the deep kick, I guess, and giving Lincoln good field position.
All right, so they can try to pin him deep once again. Going to need a lot of hang time on this one. It's going to fall around the 10-yard line. It's going to have a nice bounce, and they'll pin him at the 1-yard line. They'll pin him at the 1-yard line, so the punt is effective. And, your offense can't get anything going right now, so maybe you need your defense to create some offense for you.
As I've said, so far in this game, their defense has been their playmakers, and they have come up and really – it's a team that Lincoln should have more than 16 points on the board. That defense has just played so well, they've been able to stop them, really stifle them.
So Logan Lee in the backfield, extra coverage up front. He gets the ball, and it's a safety! He gets gobbled. No, they're going to say that he barely got to the line. If I'm Annapolis, I'm challenging this one all day. You need these points.
Oh, you got to. I think if there's ever a chance to call a challenge, that's it. I really didn't see him get outside of or break the plane there, but I don't believe they're going to challenge this one.
Yeah, they're not going to. I would have challenged that all day. I didn't see him get past the line, but nonetheless, they're not going to challenge it. And looking to throw a slider all day, and it's going to be picked off for 6. It is dropped though, and that one there on the drop was number 55, Wolf Highwind. Had the end zone in his sight, just couldn't bring it in.
I'm telling you what, Arthur was right there, and boy, Highwind just come up with a big time deflection, but man, at the same time, it makes you sick at your stomach knowing that they weren't able to catch that one, run it into the end zone, or else we would have had potentially a two-point game here. But my goodness, what a turn of events these last couple plays have been.
Big play here in Annapolis' defense. I'd send the house here. I would absolutely send the house. So slider, he's going to hand it off to Lee, and Lee is going to go nowhere. He had the forward progress, so that won't be a safety, and it'll be a punt nonetheless. So Annapolis, they should have the ball in good field position again, and Annapolis is getting every opportunity in the world here. Eventually, Lincoln's going to take advantage. They got to find a way this time.
It's the one thing that you like you said, you have all these opportunities out there. You can't capitalize on them. It's going to slam shut eventually.
Here we go, and the punt is good. They get it away. This one will go down to about the 38-yard line. They'll start at 37. They're starting in better field position every time here, Cameron. Quickly, though, this summer, you can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K 23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at GoRetroid.com, search SFL, or through the all-new league website at SimulationFL.net. Retroid, the official console of the SFL. So here we go. It's going to be Brown under center. And Brown hands it off to Grant. Grant goes nowhere. It'll be second and long.
So, like you said, you've got this fantastic field position for the second straight drive. And I want to see a pass. No offense to CG3. I mean, Chris Grant Jr. rather. He's done a fantastic job. Don't get me wrong. But now, you got to go to the air. You have to make them work for this.
Brown has Grant in the backfield. Looks like Lincoln's bringing heavy pressure. They just run up the gut, and surprise, surprise, it went nowhere for about the 30th time in this game here, Cameron.
3rd and 10 is not the place to start throwing the football. I mean, come out, first down and take a shot. At least, if you want to go back to the run, then you got second down. They're waiting too long to decide to go to the air. The first two plays just aren't culminating into anything.
Brown. Here we go. And he's going to get sacked. Gobbled up. I believe that was Brookie Burr. I didn't quite see the number on that one. No, it wasn't actually Burr on that one. That's Jameson on the tackle and gets the sack, and it's going to force another punt in Lincoln. They can't get anything going, Cameron.
Well, Lincoln just absolutely are doing what they need to secure a spot in the championship. And what I simply mean by that is they're not leaving a lot of missed opportunities out there like Annapolis has in this game. There's very often you get that type of field position back-to-back drives and still no points off of it.
Finally, Lincoln calls a fair catch. They're sick of starting in their own end zone, so they're going to take over the 11-yard line, and They've burned a lot of the third quarter away here. It's down to 3:05 in the third, and Annapolis has had so many opportunities, but they just left them all up. And, if Annapolis does end up losing this game and they can't find a way to come back in this one, everyone's going to look back to this third quarter when they had chance after chance and they just didn't take advantage. So here we go. Slider's under center. Slider looking to pass. Slider throws to Lee left side. Lee is going to carry a defender with him. Nice 4-yard gain there. Good effort play.
Yeah, good effort indeed. Of course, to turn nothing into something. I said that earlier today. Lee's good at that. I mean, you may think that that play's going to go nowhere, and then he's able to turn it upfield or create a spin move or a juke move, and then able to get some positive yards out of it.
2nd down and 6. Split backs in the backfield. Under center is Slider. Defense calls a change. Linebacker saw something he didn't like there. Slider throws. That one's going to go to McPool, the fullback. McPool showed off the guns there, the wheels rather. Oh my goodness, he had some speed on that one and picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, did a really nice job right there. And honestly, I like that name, McCool. I mean, that was a pretty cool play. I got to be honest. He turned on those jets and take a look at him once he gets out there. A really good job being aware of where the yard marker was. He knew he needed the 1st down. He gets it, and then he just puts his head forward and tries to get a couple more yards. A couple more yards out of that. And here we are. 2 minutes and some change left in this third quarter, heading down to the fourth. It moved quickly. We've not seen a whole lot of production on either side yet.
Slider throws the screen to Lee. Looks like they might be just trying to burn some clock here. Lee is going to get a nice gain. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Big update from the other game, though, in Madison. 2:57 left in the game, and the Miners just came up with another interception. Madison quarterback Switch Thumper has thrown 8 interceptions all season. Yeah, he's thrown 4 tonight, half of that, and it is still 16-10. The Miners of Lexington clinging on to a lead with a trip to the championship on the line. 2:57 left in that game. Back in this game, though, Slider under center. And he's going to give a handoff here to Lee. Lee with good block. Lee with space. Lee down the sideline. He gets the block. Logan Lee, it took him all night, but he is finally going to break one. Put 6 on the board. Oh, Logan Lee.
We were waiting on it, weren't we? I mean, we just knew. We kept saying it's not going to be long. And there's just one play looming out there that this guy is going to break through. And that he did. Take a look at this replay right there. For one, credit to the offensive line. There was a hole that you could have drove a semi-truck through. And just a fantastic job of Lee getting to that outside and really putting his foot on the gas, and he was not going to be denied. Scoring points in this game has been a rare thing. Let's be honest. End zone visits, they have been almost obsolete. But they knew right then that opportunity Lee did. He had to get to the end zone, stretch this lead out. Big-time play. Probably changed this game.
Hudson James on the extra point. It wasn't a great snap, and the hold is good, and the kick is good. It's 23-7. And Logan Lee, the crowd's chanting MVP. He breaks this one open, and this goes back. Annapolis just had 3 drives start on the Lincoln side of the field, and they came up with a grand total of 0 points. And, you just kept daring Lincoln to put the nail in the coffin for you. And it ain't over yet, but down 3 possessions, the way that offense has been moving, Annapolis just didn't capitalize when they had to.
Yeah, that's the concern right now, Petey, is the fact that there isn't any offensive production to counteract this, and that's why they needed to get in so desperate.
So it'll be Annapolis ball. They're going to take over. Sorry, I was just checking to see if there's any more updates on that Lexington game. But yeah, though, this has been a fun contest here, but Lincoln finally breaking it open a little bit here. So 23-7, Annapolis. Now, you got to score. You got to go down the field and score. There's no more time for diddling around here. You got to find a way to get some points on the board, and they're going to throw it. It's going to be a throw over the middle of the field, and it is completed over the middle to the team's leading receiver. That is going to go, that goes to Goldie Morrison. That's completed.
Why we haven't seen more of Goldie Morrison, I don't understand that. I mean, he's the leading receiver for a reason. I can't say that I've understood a lot of the play calling that's happened tonight. It's just a different approach than what I would have chosen in this game. This playoff game. So I don't know, but right now, no time like the present. While there's still time on the clock, switch it up and see what you can do here.
Here we go. Brown under center. Brown looking to throw. Fakes, throws right side, has his man again. That one's going to be completed right side of the field. This time he finds the receiver, Johan Sutherland, and Brown starting to air it out. But quickly update, 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the other semifinal game between Lexington and Madison. Madison has the ball back. They're down by 6 and they are driving. They have the ball on Lexington's 32-yard line with just under a minute to go in that game. Drama in the closing minutes over there. Be sure to go double screen here on this one. And Brown, he's going to throw right side. He finds a man again. Drama maybe starting to happen in this one. He gets it to Romeo June for his first catch of the game. And Brown starting to air it out finally. Took him about 3 quarters, but he's figuring it out.
Yeah, finally starting to. I was wondering where that play calling was at when they were down there, so many times actually in Lincoln's, on their side of the ball there. But nevertheless, here we go. Now you've got things working for you. You got to keep trying to take some shots and strike while the iron's hot.
Annapolis moving the ball. Under center is Brown. And Brown's looking to throw again. Brown throws this time to Grant. And Grant gained about 4 yards on the play. And, those screens work if you actually have a deep passing game. If you can force the defense to respect you deep, those screens can open up space for you.
Exactly. You make a great point, Petey. The only problem is that when you make yourself so one-dimensional as they had, it's so easy to defend. Now you are starting to see it open up a little bit. Again, though, we've got 1 quarter to play. Time to go down the field and quick. Save yourself as much time as possible.
23-7 is the score as we head to the 4th quarter. The other game coming down to the wire, a dramatic ending in Madison with a trip to the championship game on the line. Be sure to check that one out while you're watching this one at the same time. 23-7 is the score here. Brown under center. Grant in the backfield, tripped receiver set out left. It's going to be a handoff to Grant up the middle. Gained about 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
Probably the biggest play of the game thus far for Annapolis right here, this 3rd and 4. You got to choose wisely what you want to do here because I know it's a little aggressive. I almost feel like you're in 4-down territory right here.
You got to be. A field goal makes this a 2-possession game again. So, a field goal, they could kick the field. They'd rather have 6, but they can kick the field goal if they want. Brown calls an audible. And Brown looking to pass. Brown throws right side, and that is going to be complete to Sutherland. It's going to be 4th and 1, so we'll see if they kick the field goal here.
I certainly understand that the points right now, it's imperative. I know you need to get some points on the board, but I tell you right now, the amount of time that is left in this game and the struggles that you have had getting the ball down the field, it's hard to imagine not taking advantage of it. And well, they may go for it. They may try to draw them off here. We'll see.
Let's see what they do. Brown, I think they're just trying to draw him off sides. It looks like that situation here. And he gets them! It's a free play, and it's going to go to Grant up the middle. Gets the first down regardless, but it worked! They got him to jump off sides.
Well, that it did. How about that? That's the first time in a while that something has went Annapolis' way, and they finally got it. They're getting a little bit of a jumpiness there on that Lincoln defensive line. And now
we have some breaking news from Madison. With 10 seconds on the clock, Madison takes the lead. They scored a touchdown with 10 seconds left, and in a game that Lexington has led all day, Madison steals it with 10 seconds left, pending what Lexington can do in the last 10 seconds.
Oh my goodness, I swear. Oh man, we need a blood pressure check here. Both of these games are coming down to it, and it is tense.
Here we go. It's going to be a handoff to Grant. Grant makes a nice move, gets about 2 yards. Quickly, I want to know what type of fans we got out there tonight. If you're cheering for Annapolis, put in chat right now, Comeback City. If you're cheering for Lincoln right now, put in chat, finish them off. I want to see how many Lincoln and Annapolis fans we got out there tonight.
Very good. I tell you, it's been a great chat thus far, getting to read a lot of the comments, and they're going on this roller coaster with us.
Here we go, handoff to Grant. He has space, puts his head down, and he's going to get about 6 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 2. So it's going to be a manageable 3rd down. Clock is not in their favor, though, so they really need to get things moving.
Yeah, I agree. At 3rd and 2 here now, I think if I had it to do over again, I probably would have took a shot at the end zone that time. Of course, who am I to say, or at least a little deeper towards the end zone. Nevertheless, 3rd and 2 here, you can about expect them to go with a run or a screen.
It's going to be a run, Grant, and he's not going to get it. It's going to be 4th and 1, and they're moving the ball, which is good. They haven't done a lot of that this game. Unfortunately, they need to move the ball at a pretty fast pace here, and they're not quite doing that.
Have we got a breaking update on that game there, Petey? I think we may.
Yeah, and they're going to go for the field goal. We'll give you the update after this. Here we go. It's going to be, this to make it a 2-possession game. This is big. So this is just as good as a touchdown. I mean, don't be disappointed if you're an Annapolis fan. The kick is up. It's good. That makes it 2 possessions. So it is going to be 23-10. But an update from Madison. Madison, comeback complete. They win 17-16, and they ripped the heart right out of Lexington right at the buzzer. And Madison awaits the winner of this game in the SFL Minor League Championship game in a heartbreaker from Lexington.
Oh, I can't imagine being that close, 10 seconds away. Man, the drama of an SFL game doesn't get any better.
Here's the return. And 8 p.m. music. Oh, it's a good return. That gets up to about the 50. Good run by Giffis there, but 8 p.m. music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. 8 p.m. music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit 8pmmusic.com.
This is a great punt return right here, Petey, kick return right here to the Lincoln 49-yard line. Really half a field to work with. And I tell you what, I worry about this Annapolis defense because I feel like they may be running a little out of steam. They've really put in a great day's work, but getting tougher as the day goes on.
Lee, he's coming alive at the end of this one. Gains about 3 yards there, and that'll keep the clock running. And the clock is Lincoln's best friend right now.
Oh, it certainly is. Stern, though, with a great tackle right there. We'll go ahead and give him a call on that one. But you're right. The clock is not their friend. 7:47 and ticking right now.
Madison, they're all in the locker room right now watching this game, seeing who awaits them in the SFL Minor League Championship game. So here we go, Slider looking to throw. Kenny Slider all day. And, oh my goodness, he threw an absolute, he just gave it to him and they didn't pick it off.
Yeah, I can't imagine right now how Annapolis is, fans are feeling, seeing that right there. So many passes that have really landed in the breadbasket and just not able to come up with that one turnover that you so desperately needed. And with 7:30 left in the game, that could have been the big momentum shifter. Nevertheless, you got to get in there. You've got to regroup. It's 3rd and 7. You've got to stop them here.
It does, yeah, it works though. It's 3rd and 7, so I mean they can still get a stop. Here we go. Slider throws right side. Giffis catches it, and Giffis, he's right at the line, and he doesn't get it. It's going to be 4th and inches, and that'll likely force a punt.
Man, you talk about knowing just how important that play was. Great pursuit right there to stop him from advancing behind the line. I believe that was Luke Schreiner. I didn't get a clear view of it, and they're going to challenge.
Yeah, Lincoln challenges. The head referee is going to go to the box and see what we got here. See, Giffis, where's the ball? I think he might have got that. Let's see.
Certainly
Let's see.
My goodness.
I agree with the original call. I think he's short. There's not enough there to turn that over, in my opinion.
I agree. We get 2 different angles there, and there's not enough between the two, in my opinion.
Yep, and that's the right call. That is absolutely the right call. And, Lincoln, I don't judge them for challenging that. That was a good use of their challenge. You can't take them with you, but it's the right call.
Yeah, and, that does bring them, they lose a timeout on that, but you're leading by 13. If you get that challenge, if that challenge is a win for you, you may have even just won this game. Well, now, look here. This is interesting. Are they going to try to draw them off?
I think so. I can't imagine they're going to go for it in this situation. But they do!
Oh.
That's the throw! Slider looking to pass. Slider could have just picked up the first down. Doesn't he? Throws over the middle, and it's completed. First down. Oh, my goodness. And that might be the dagger.
That did it. They knew it. They felt it. That could have finished the game right here. I mean, I don't know that for sure, obviously, but you see a play like that. Fresh set of downs, the clock running. My goodness.
Kenny Slider is that dude as he picks up the first down. Hand off to Lee. Speaking of that dude, Lee, there's a penalty. penalty, but Lee's going to take it to the house. Barring the penalty, it looks like it might have been holding. We're going to have to see. That one might be coming back. That's Lee's second long touchdown run of the day. Let's see. And it is holding, and that one will be coming back. So, unfortunate there.
A big break for Annapolis right there, right? Because that was the game. That was the game. And every now and then you will see that on a big run play like that when there's a hole that opens up just that big. Sometimes it's because of something a little illegal happening back there around the line.
It's going to be 1st and 20. Slider in the empty backfield. Halfway through the fourth quarter here. Slider surveys. Slider fires, and it's just dropped. I believe that was right to Giffus, and he could not bring that one down. Not sure if the defender got a hand in there or not.
I think that he may have. I feel like maybe a defender got in there and got a hand on it there. I believe that was Dan Diedrich, who we haven't got to call his name out much today, but I'm pretty sure that was he who had a chance to get in there and swat that one down. And now 2nd and 20, this defense knows this is where you have to get a stop at. It will keep your team in this game if you can stop them for a couple of more plays.
Slider stands in the pocket, fires deep right side, and that one is bobbled up. Awesome King almost had a chance, but it will fall innocently to the ground. It's 3rd down and 20.
This is a big play right here. If you are Annapolis, you're sitting there thinking, bend but don't break. If you need to let them get a couple of yards on this play, let them get the yards underneath, but just do not let them advance past that 1st down marker or this game is over.
3rd and 20. This is pretty much the ball game. If it's not already been decided, it will be decided on this play. Slider has a chance to pretty much end any hope for Annapolis. Fires deep over the middle. It is it's dropped. The hit stick tackle keeps it alive.
Oh my goodness. We were sitting here just about to call this game over, coffin nails, and then a big defensive hit. I couldn't tell if that was high wind or if that was Diedrich who came in there, but my goodness, what an incredible hit. Knocking that ball loose. They're still live for Annapolis.
There's a pulse. It's faint, and it's going away quickly, but there is a slight pulse here for Annapolis. Don't you dare turn that channel. The punt is going to be taken up to about the 15-yard line. Annapolis will take over their own 17, and they got to move, and they got to move in a hurry, Cameron.
Yeah, they do. They've got to use every second of that clock that they are given. And that means, no offense to Chris Grant Jr., but you got to go deep right here. You got to start looking for Goldie Morrison. You got to start looking for Kenny Hendricks. You got to start looking for Sutherland. You just got to, or Romeo June. You just got to make something happen.
So Brown, 2 receivers out right, 1 out left, and that's a free play. Free play for him. He takes all day, and he has it, and it's just going to be a screen to Grant there, and that'll go nowhere. He had a free play. When you have a free play there, Cameron, I really think that if nothing was open, but it's a free play. Throw the 50 ball,
I think so. I mean, it's the one that is the way that they got their lone touchdown, isn't it, Petey? On that free play. If you remember, they threw that end over end pass there that just so happens went all the way to the house thanks to Hendricks. But that's when you got to make those plays. I'm really kind of surprised by that play decision.
Yeah, so that'll make it 1st down and 5, rather. So, I mean, it's still a positive gain, but Annapolis needs more than that. And unfortunately for them, the clock keeps running, which is not what they need. They still have all 3 timeouts. Brown, handoff to Grant. Grant has room. Grant picks up a 1st down, and they got to hurry up and get to the line of scrimmage here, but that will get a 1st down.
Yeah, they got the 1st down, but now come on, it's time to move. No need to stop. Be back up on that line. I know it's not their traditional way of doing things, but no huddle here, quick huddle here at least.
Man, they're not showing much urgency. Annapolis, Michael Brown is having a mixed game today. He's had some good, he's had some bad. They're going to need the good here at the end of this one, and it's a hand up off the gut to Grant, and that's not a play you call in this situation. As now they're going to hurry up to the line of scrimmage, but they should have not ran that one to begin with.
I don't agree with that play call right now.
Here we go, and Brown gets it away. It's going to fall to the ground. It's going to be 3rd and 10 though. As good pressure there from the Lincoln line.
3rd down 10, and these next 2 plays is your season. I mean, let's just be honest. This is what it comes down to.
This is it. You gotta have something in the back pocket here. Season on the line here. 4:30 to go in the fourth quarter, down by 13. Annapolis, they got to move the ball here. Brown takes the snap. Brown throws over the middle into traffic, and his man comes down with it. His man comes down. I cannot believe that. It's going to be a first down. They quickly get to the line of scrimmage. Kenny Hendricks makes the catch. Hendricks had the 91-yard touchdown earlier today. Brown fires deep right side of the field, and that one is going to fall innocently to the ground. That was dangerous.
It was dangerous, and he was going for Hendricks right there. A leaping attempt at coming down with that one. I got to applaud the effort, though. You're doing the right thing by trying to get a large chunk of yardage there. Just, I say go for it again right now. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah, at this point, I think you grease the arm up and you let that sucker fly at this point in the game, you know, as he just trips out to the left side of the field. And it looks like that's probably what they're going to start doing here. Empty backfield. Brown fires over the middle. He has a wide open man, and Sutherland just can't bring it down. You got to catch that one.
You can see the expression all on his face, too. You know, he knows he should have had that one. You can't get some of them back, and there's no way that with the time left, who's to say you even get a chance to get this ball back again if you all can't convert on this third down here? That was an easy first down.
Now brings 3rd and 10. This time trips her to the right side of the field. Brown just needs someone to make a catch for him. Throws over the middle, and that one's going to be deflected by Hamburger, who's looking for Sutherland again. That will bring up 4th and 10. And I think you got to go for it here, right?
Yep, you do. I mean, this is your season on this 4th and 10. I'll tell you what, Hamburger, that was almost close, in my opinion, to almost being a little bit of a pass interference there. Obviously, it was not. He got there just in time, but you don't time him much closer than that. It was a good defensive play. That was close.
Trips right. Season, this is it. Annapolis, if they can't get the first down, you can start playing the music for the season ending here. Brown fires over the middle, and he gets it. Sutherland makes it up. He makes the catch. He's down to the 40-yard line in Annapolis. That very faint pulse continues to beat.
Yeah, staying in there, staying alive. Cue the Bee Gees.
Here we go, and that one's going to be complete over the middle of the field. They're going to quickly get back up to the line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 4. Trips right. Brown taking full command here. Brown steps up, fires right side, and it's swatted down by Hamburger again. If that wasn't Sutherland, might have taken it to the house.
Yeah, another good play by Hamburger all over these defenders right now. And again, another important 3rd and 4 right here. I will say this. I do feel like you have to go for it, but if you want to leave it to your defense to maybe make something out of it, if you don't get the 3rd down here and you go for the field goal, I can understand trying to take the points, but in my opinion, 4-down territory.
I think it's got to be 4 down with a 2-possession game. We'll have to see what they decide to do. Nonetheless, they get the first down. They keep the ball moving, and that's going to keep the drive alive. They go for Goldie Morrison. He picks up the first down. Yep. It's going to be 3:25. Trips left. Throws deep left side. Morrison comes. Is he in? He's down at the 2-yard line. It's a touchdown. He made the catch. Unbelievable. And Annapolis stays alive.
Just like that. We were just talking about needing that big play. And there it was. And there's the guy that we said they needed to go to. Look for your leading receiver. Goldie Morrison, there's a reason that he is your leading receiver. Because he makes plays like that. And that could have changed the complexion of the last 3 minutes and 19 seconds of this game. Because all of a sudden, this is a Ward score game with this field goal. And this thing is not over. No, not by a long shot. Let's give credit to Michael Brown. Let's call that. That was a great throw.
That was a perfect throw, and Golden Toes comes down with there. He got a toe tap for the touchdown. The extra point is up a big one, and it's good. That makes it 17-23 now in favor of Lincoln. And now they have all 3 timeouts. They have enough time. Their defense just has to get a stop, and this thing isn't over. To everyone who stayed tuned in throughout this one's shaping up to be possibly a good ending here. 6-point game. Oh my goodness. Brown and Morrison, the perfect throw and the Golden Toes touchdown. Wow. Kick is up, and it's going to be an onside kick. They go for the onside kick. They recover it. They come up with the onside kick. The bold call there, and it's going to be Annapolis football. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, goodness. Montgomery coming up with the big-time recovery. Take a look at that. Scooping that up. That was bold. Hey, you know what? We've said here, and we've said things about the play scheme for Annapolis today, and we've questioned it. That was gutsy. That was really gutsy.
Cameron,
Wow.
Cameron, now you have all day, 3 minutes and 3 timeouts, and you're at the 40. You have all day.
Oh yeah.
You can run if you want now with Grant. Oh my goodness.
My gosh.
Here we go, 1st and 10. Brown looking to fire. He fires over the middle, and that's deflected by Hamburger. Hamburger's had a really good, solid second half of this game, by the way.
Oh, he really has. And I think Luke Swift was also in on that as well. A nice job right there of the defense of Lincoln right there. They got pressure on Brown. Brown did a good job staying in there as long as he could to throw that one. It looked like he had an opportunity. Now, though, with 3 minutes and 12 seconds, you can allow yourself now to kind of do a little bit more. Maybe you don't have to throw as desperately down the field as you did on that last drive. Now you're almost in the driver's seat here. Take your time, play your plays, just make good decisions.
It's a good call there, Cameron. They really are in the driver's seat at this point if they can keep moving the ball. You don't need it all in one play. Here we go. Takes a lot of time. He gets it off to Grant. Grant picks up about a yard, and they're going to quickly get up to the line of scrimmage. We were kind of telling them not to do. We were telling them to do the hurry up earlier. Now I'd almost say don't do it. You have time.
I agree. You've got plenty of time.
Now here they go, and he's going to get sacked. And that's kind of what we were saying there,
Yeah, I mean, take your time, pick your plays, be methodical here. It's okay. You've got the 2-minute warning coming up. Plus, they've got all their timeouts. I mean, you've got time to do this. I don't agree with the aggressiveness there on that. And nevertheless, I think they're going to play it safe here and hope their defense can come up with one more stop.
That's the right call. I really don't like them going hurry up there. That was just not the right call. But they're gonna punt it away. They get the punt away. Good hang time. So. Also, just want to say the culmination of a wild offseason hits the draft stage Saturday, July 8th and Sunday, July 9th as the final days tick down on the SFL's transition to 4K23. Where will you go? Join Commissioner Irvine and the panels on SFL YouTube in just 10 days. So now Lincoln, they have a chance to get out of this one scot-free if they can pick up a first down or two.
Oh yeah, exactly. Right now they got to believe that they just got to make a couple of big time plays of one first down here or two, and this game is over.
Slider's going to hand it off to Lee. Lee gets chased around in the backfield, and he gains maybe a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9. This should take it down in the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, I believe it will, just like you said there. And of course, for Annapolis, that's a free timeout. At least they don't have to burn one.
Yep, they're going to come up to the line of scrimmage. They're not going to get the playoff. It's going to be 23-17, 2-minute warning. Annapolis needs a stop. This one's not over. Lincoln trying to put the nail in the coffin for their first ever trip to the SFL Minor League Championship game. My name's PDJ Zeller, alongside me Cameron Duty. And Cam, this one's turned into a pretty good matchup here.
Boy, it really has. It's been exciting, and it's we don't know what's going to happen next, do we? Who knows what could happen in these next 2 minutes?
Jumbo set. This is the one that they got the long Logan Lee touchdown off of earlier. Lee goes right side. Lee has some space. Lee gets tackled. It's going to be 3rd and 4. A nice 5-yard gain. And, well, here's pretty much the season for Annapolis.
It sure is. It all comes down to this play. A chance to go to the championship game is right here. To face Madison. This is what it all comes down to. I got to tell you, I mean, they know it out there. Each and every player out there under that line of scrimmage knows what this means.
Big play. Lee in the backfield. Let's go to him. No, Slider's going to throw. Slider rolls out. Slider, he's going to get the completion over the middle to Devontae Richardson. The big fella Richardson picks it up, and that might do it because only 2 timeouts left for Annapolis, or only 1 timeout left for Annapolis. And if Lincoln does this right, they can pretty much tick the clock down to about 15 seconds. And for Annapolis, it's going to take a miracle now.
I'll be honest with you, that play right there kind of reminded me of that fluke that they did down there. What was it, like 4th and 1, and they went for it or something like that. We expected them just to draw them off sides, and they got just enough.
Lee gets tackled in the backfield, and now taking the last time out is Lexington. So I'm just doing some quick math in my head here, and yeah, it looks like probably Annapolis best case scenario could get the ball back with about 12 seconds left on the clock, I think.
And with your offense, and this isn't trying to be negative at all, but they just don't have the offense to do much with 12 seconds time.
Well, don't forget about that miracle play they had earlier. They have two of them today. That's what's going to come down to here, pretty much. And he takes the knee, will sliders, so they're going to be okay with giving him the ball with about 12 seconds left, which I kind of understand. Don't risk a turnover here and give him the ball. I kind of agree with taking the knee in this situation, especially with how poorly Annapolis' offense has been for most of this game.
Sure, yeah, you got to think you have that in your back pocket.
So slider comes up. He's probably going to let the play clock tick all the way down. And it's going to take one more knee here and then the punt. And they might get it with a little bit more time than I calculated. Math was never my strong suit, Mama told me. As here we go on the knee. And all right, so yeah, it's going to be about 30 seconds when they have to punt. If it hangs in the air, they'll probably have about 22 seconds left, I think.
Yeah, there we go. I would say you're right about that. Probably 20-some seconds to work with here. As but hey, it's not over until it says, double zeros on that scoreboard. Anything can happen.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about football. It's a game where the improbable sometimes happens. And, well, this has been an interesting game. Annapolis is going to have one last shot at this thing. It's going to come down to the arm of Michael Brown. Both these teams vying for their first ever trip to the SFL Minor League Championship, where the Madison Lynx await them, and the punt is up in the air, and it is a decent punt down to about the 30-yard line, and it'll be 24 seconds left on the clock, no timeouts, and if I'm Annapolis right now, a couple throws to the sideline, try to get near the 50 for a Hail Mary.
Yeah, they say throw everything out but the kitchen sink. Throw the kitchen sink out. It's time to do it. What if you have anything left in that playbook and in that arsenal that you've not exercised yet? Give it a shot.
24 seconds. Receivers trip set out right. Brown, empty backfield. Looks like Lincoln is going to respect the pass here as they should. Throw over the middle, and they're going to have to quickly get up to the line of scrimmage here. That's a completion right over the middle. 18 seconds left on the clock. First down. Brown gets up there real quick. Brown should jog a little faster than that, I'd say, and he spikes it. 11 seconds left.
You might have a chance to take one more shot towards the sidelines and then hope that you can get out of bounds. I don't know, however you want to call this. I think you got to look towards the sidelines. There's no doubt you cannot go to the middle of the field or, your game's over. Look for the sidelines. If there's nothing there, throw it away. Go back to the drawing board for a Hail Mary. Don't give this ball up either.
Looks like they're going to go for the Hail Mary, and I kind of like that. Give the Hail Mary a few tries. I mean, that's your best shot at this point in the game. So here we go. He has the protection. Brown, and he gets it away, so it's going to fall innocently to the ground. 7 seconds left, and he's going to have 2 more tries at a Hail Mary if he does it quickly enough.
Yeah, he knew he had to get rid of that ball, didn't he? I mean, that was all of it. If he went down with that ball in his hands, the game was over. So still alive with 7 seconds. Anything can happen. This is the SFL after all.
Michael Brown, he's had an interesting season up and down. 12 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 50-50. Can he break that mark on this play and send his team to their first ever championship game? Avoids the sack, and he does get sacked, and that will do it. Defensive play maybe of the season there. Oh my goodness, what a play right there. And that was actually, I'm trying to get the number on that. I believe that was 48 I saw.
I think you're right there. I was waiting as well. I believe that it was number 48.
Vernon Brothers.
Yep.
Brothers seals it, and that'll do it. And Lincoln on to their first ever championship game and their first ever playoff appearance in the SFL minor leagues. The 1 seed moves on, and it wasn't as simple as that, but the 1 and 2 seeds eventually do make the championship game on what was an eventful night.
Man, what a game. I'll be honest with you, I was just privileged to get to watch this game, to be honest, Petey. I mean, this was a lot of fun. This wasn't the prettiest game by both sides. This wasn't a game that, you're going to go back to for the drawing board a lot, I don't believe. But in the end, it really had everything. You had 2 teams who were fighting their hardest to get to that championship game, and both teams laid it out there on the line. Let's give great remarks to Annapolis for the season that they did have. This is a feat in itself, getting this close, heartbreaking as it may seem. They'll look back at this, and they've got to be proud of what they've accomplished. Now, for Lincoln, you have a high-powered offense and a defense that is so good. Madison's going to have their hands full, as you see Logan Lee with the player of the game today. That matchup coming up for the championship, it's going to be fantastic. Two great teams. Man, what a great way to end the season, Petey. It's going to be wonderful. Privileged to got to call another game with you, my friend. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, you as well, Cameron. Well, Madison versus Lincoln at the Summit. Everything on the line. Championship will be on the line in that one. My name is PDJ Zeller. Alongside me tonight, Cameron Duty. Final score: the Lincoln Rattlesnakes take home the win over the Annapolis Navigators, 23-17. Shout out to Cameron Irvine back in the studio, pressing all the buttons, doing all the hard work, while me and Cameron Duty just kind of talked into some microphones. Essentially, have a good one, my friends. We will see you next week for the SFL Minor League Championship game.